Wow. What a ball game, sir. And, of course, you had a little trip trying to get here. These folks, the energy that we had in the house tonight as far as that defensive effort is concerned, outstanding. Just your overall thoughts in terms of this performance tonight.
No, it was. We executed really well early.
Yeah.
And then pretty much after that, they got the best of us throughout. Won some 50-50 balls, things that we were doing earlier. And then we got a little mixed up on our rotations and our situational play. But you really got to give credit all to Longview. I mean, I kept thinking in my head, like, this is the man with all the answers, because every time I thought we were pulling away 7 or 8,
they'd fight right back into it.
Right back in, or they would have a little look, and you just knew that was exactly how they envisioned it going. And so they out-executed us in a few plays, but for G to hit a big-time shot, and
that was unbelievable.
I don't think she had made a bucket since the first quarter, and to have that kind of confidence, and for us to have that find in that situation, it just says a lot about our kids and really just their perseverance.
Let me ask you, in terms as far as Longview is concerned, it was very clear as far as their pressure is concerned. They were going to get after it, put pressure on the ball in that full court. Talk about the performance, whether it was Rip or whether it was Barrett, having to fight through that all night long, and the job they did managing with that pressure into the backcourt.
Well, that's why you can tell that somebody's a good coach. And they have a good program. There's some people that pressure to try to turn you over, and they wanted to turn us over a little bit, but they really just wanted to pressure us because, we knew they were going to play we were going to play 2 or 3 kids primarily on the ball that could handle the pressure, and they were going to make them play for 90 feet for 32 minutes. Usually we probably don't sub Nat out much, but we had to give her a break, and that wears on you. That's mentally taxing, and that says something about our mental fortitude. Just the fact that we could kind of deal with that and kind of minimize the mistakes, and if a couple layups go in late, then maybe we get some separation. But no, that was key, and it was tough, and I'm proud of our girls' toughness.
One other one that I wanted to ask you specifically about, and that was Pursley. And just the energy that she showed, my goodness, just the battling that she had to do all night long. All-out effort on the other end of the floor. It looked like it was going to be a turnover, and she was able to get down onto the floor and force that one out of bounds. Just your overall thoughts as far as her performance is concerned.
No, Jade is one of those people that from an instinctual savvy, she is the best on our team. And so when the game's wide open, in fact, I know she missed a couple of those shots, but there was nobody we'd rather have finishing in those moments than Jade. But no, she gets the loose ball. She's got great instinct. She's a good shot blocker. She's got the, I don't know if we ended up getting the possession or not, but she popped out that little ball. Those types of things, those feel things that you probably get when you're, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old in your formative years, she's got them.
That's cool. That's very neat. I like that one. Coach, as far as first and foremost, you improved to 2-0 in a very, very hard fought. You had a 34-30 hard-fought win the other night in Roy City and a big one here against the Longview team. Coming in this one undefeated and very confident. So they were both hard-fought that you had to do. Your thoughts on that just a little bit?
No, I mean, we struggled early in the year.
Yeah.
And definitely, we played a tough schedule intentionally. We wanted to learn the truth about ourselves very early on. But then we also lost some as we were trying to get an identity and get to know ourselves. We lost some games that we probably shouldn't have lost. And we just wanted to know that, hey, when we come down to December, we need to know who we are and know how we're going to play, and we have to be able to be in these games. And we're still not great in situational play. I think we could have pulled away. Maybe not pulled away, but I think we had some opportunities tonight to at least get to the foul line, which I know we didn't make our free throws, and at least have some good shape offensively and defensively. And we had some the other night, and they're really tight. Now, some of it's because we're playing really good teams, but I'm hoping the things we do fix.
One other question, I'll let you get back into there. The question that I get asked all the time, this is my first opportunity to be able to visit with you. We'll visit more, and I'll get more of that story. But lots of success over at Frisco Liberty. Why Rockwall? What was the key to this thing, man?
It was so many factors, but I would say the most simply put is that it was kind of, I'm this thinker, and there was 2 stages. One, like schools have a 15-year span before there's upkeep, and I'd been in that program for 15 years.
Okay.
And I probably was thinking about leaving the year before, and some things happened, and I really wanted to stay put and make sure that we had one more year with it. I knew that it was getting turned over in good hands, but I thought 15 years, maybe go and do this somewhere else. And then the other part is that I'm 45 years old, so I'm in the fall of my life.
Yes, sir.
I'm in that third tier, And I thought, what better time than to do something new and to keep myself energized. And I've always had a great deal of respect for Rockwall. Growing up, and then my first coaching, I was coaching at Wiley. We competed against them.
Okay, yes, sir.
And I knew those early years, especially as I was coming over to the girls program. First of all, when we started, I was on the guys' side. Our first 2 playoff defeats were to Rockwall. So that just always kind of stuck with me. And when I saw it, I was like, hey, it kind of makes sense. And the people here have been great. It's been super welcoming, and it's been tough. When I was crossing I-30 for about 3 months, my chest was tightening up.
You're thinking, did I make that right call?
Oh, my gosh. I didn't know if it was an anxiety attack or a heart attack.
Yeah.
But no, it's been good, and people have made it here. They've made it home, and it's been nice.
Well, thank you. We're very, very happy. On behalf of all of us here in Rockwall, I'll say thank you.
Well,
On behalf of us, we're so glad to have you here, and congratulations, sir.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.